Let's go ahead and work through the All About Me project. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is upload some different sprites. So down here, as we look at this little cat, we can choose a variety of ways. We can see that these pictures that I uploaded were pictures that I've taken myself. So I went to this upload sprite and I uploaded these pictures from my computer. Other options, you can draw some sprites. You can choose a sprite from the Scratch library. So I'm going to come in here and choose a basketball for another sprite here. And notice how it pops up on the screen. So we can go ahead and we can adjust the size of these. I notice that this picture is a little bit too big, so I'm going to make this a bit smaller. We can move these around the screen the way we want them. I'm going to make my basketball a little bigger. Notice I'm going to click the sprite that I want to change. So this is now 100. I want to make this twice as big. Let's make this 200 for my basketball. So now I've got my pictures kind of where I want them. The other thing, notice when I'm moving these pictures is my coordinates, my X and Y coordinates are changing while I'm moving the picture. So that's going to be the location of my picture. So the first thing I'm actually going to do for each of these is I'm going to go ahead and say when the green flag is clicked, I want this picture to go to its current location. Just in case anything ever gets moved around while someone's using your project, at the start of the program for each of these pictures, let's go ahead and put that same code. So when the green flag is clicked, go to this spot and notice that the coordinates are already preloaded to where the picture currently is. So I'm going to do my other sprite here. And my basketball. All right. Now let's go ahead and as we create this program, I'm going to create this in a way where when we click the picture or the sprite, we're going to learn a little bit of information. So we can do this a couple ways. We can have a speech bubble pop up. We can actually talk and record some information if we wanted to. I'm going to start with my Cuba picture here. So in events, if I pull out the when this sprite is clicked, let's make this a little bigger so we can see. When this sprite is clicked. So when I click this picture, something's going to happen. I'm going to come up here and say a description. I'm going to say, I love to travel. Here's a picture of my trip to Cuba. And now notice this is going to pop up for 2 seconds. Now this is a little bit of a longer sentence. So I'm going to actually make this bubble stay up for 4 seconds. So when I run my program, I click this picture of Cuba, this little bubble is going to pop up. So you can go ahead and add those speech bubbles to any of the sprites that you want to. So now the next thing, let's go ahead and work through maybe some sounds. So right now we've learned how to do a description. I'm going to click over to my dog and I'm going to aim to make my dog here bark. So I'm going to go and the same button to start. When this sprite is clicked, we're going to go to sounds. And if I come over here to sounds, I can actually choose a sound. So I'm going to search the library and I'm going to type in dog. And you can click through these and decide which one you like as you play these. Make it faster, make it slower, so forth. But now notice when I come back to the code, it says play this sound dog. And I want my dog to actually bark. Let's say we want the dog to bark twice. So coming into control, I'm going to go ahead and repeat this bark 2 times. And if I wanted to do a little bit of a bark and then wait a little bit and then another bark, we'll do a little wait in here as well. So there's how we can incorporate some sounds. Also in sounds, notice I can record. So some students like to record their own voices describing their pictures, which is another really great option. The last thing let's discuss, and again, notice how I'm clicking on the sprite that I'm talking about. So I'm going to come over to the basketball. Let's talk about a little bit of motion. So my basketball, when this sprite is clicked, let's make the basketball bounce up and down. So up and down are going to be my y coordinates. So we're going to go ahead and change our y coordinates by, let's do 30 pixels here. So the basketball is going to go up, and then let's wait. We'll just wait maybe 1 second, half a second. We'll see kind of what works here. And then once we go up and we wait a little bit, we're going to want to come back down. -30. And let's have it bounce maybe 3 times. So let's wrap all of this in, come on, a repeat block, or a repeat loop here. So let's notice what we've done so far. We'll open this up. When I click on my Cuba picture, we've got a description. When I click on the dog, you should hear on your computer, when you run with sound, you'll hear that sound. It'll bark. And my basketball is going up and down 3 times. So we played a little bit in our All About Me project, just setting up some images or some sprites, and a few different options kids can do as they're creating this project together.